about our stitching and other stuff. Today is Sunday, October 17th.
Halfway through October. How?
There. We're starting to talk about Halloween costumes here a lot.
I'm going to sneeze.
No,
sorry. Yes, Halloween.
The weather's cooler. So if you've been following my fly saga, it's gotten a little bit better. If you haven't been following my fly saga, we were inundated with we started calling it fly apocalypse because we were having so many flies in our house. And just today, it's better. Yesterday it started to be a little better the last couple days, but they were still pretty bad. And then today I was like, whoa, we still have a couple, but it's not nearly like it was. So the weather has turned and hallelujah.
It's been bad.
It's been bad, like to the point that I wouldn't cook unless I sanitized all the surfaces because I knew there had been little fly feet on them.
Little manure feet.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, I mean, seriously.
Can you smell the manure that you think they're coming from down the road? Or the wind carry it the other way?
Every once in a while, yeah, but not usually. No, it's not
hopefully that's not going to be a permanent fixture down there. I mean, maybe they'll move that.
That was kind of what I'm hoping. Maybe this is just something they're doing for a year and then it'll change. Farms do different things all the time.
Yeah.
We're still chatting right here.
Oh, I just noticed. You can see that little rat's nest right there.
Oh, well, I don't know if anybody would have noticed it if you hadn't pointed it out.
I can notice it.
We're glad you're joining us today. If you haven't watched this before, we are a mother-daughter team to talk about all of our cross-stitch love and my daughters who are whispering and talking in my ears and crunching Cheez-Its.
So in case you can't tell, I'm the grandma. I'm the mom and the grandma.
And I'm the mom, period, and the daughter. And I've got the other girls. I have 3 girls.
We're on opposite sides of the state of Washington, so we zoom it.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to do in person for quite a while because we haven't really been together.
Oh, I know. I was hoping you were going to come. I was hoping you were going to come over here.
I know.
For our Halloween, but I guess you guys have other plans, so that's not going to work.
Yeah. I know.
Dad doesn't have the long weekend, so we can't come over there. Only one more year dealing with Dad's long weekends, and then we're free.
Things will be better.
Yeah, we were going to try to come next weekend, but I didn't know it was his long weekend, and I already committed to have baby Penny overnight. Yes, people.
Baby Penny.
Baby Penny, for the first time, they're leaving her overnight, and I'm so honored that I get to be the one.
Wow, that's sweet.
Yeah, she's a good baby. She'll be good. She doesn't wake up. She might wake up in the middle of the night here just because it's different, but yeah, I think she'll be good. And baby Junie, if you've been following us, our little preemie baby Junie, she's having a rough time today.
She's teething, I think.
She's teething and it's miserable. Yeah, she just looks grumpy. And my son said there's liquid coming out of every orifice of her body.
I FaceTimed with them this morning and she had a little birth rag nearby and Junie picked it up and smeared snot as she there's just snot smeared.
Snot and drool.
That terrible teething stage where they just yeah.
And you know what?
Me though, she was chatty and told me all kinds of stories.
Did she? Oh, yeah. She was looking at me. She smiled.
I was pretty happy.
She needed a power nap. But you know what kills me about this now? The doctors are telling them, this generation, don't give your baby Tylenol.
I know.
What? Why? Why should she be? I mean, so they gave her Tylenol. Don't report her, but they gave her Tylenol.
I think she's trying to keep that under wraps. I was like, well, you don't have to even tell your doctor. You gave Tylenol for a dose or 2.
I know.
I think it's maybe people weren't using it responsibly, and so then babies are at risk, I guess, of liver problems.
That's always been a problem.
We, if we're adults and we overdose on it, I still take it if I'm
right.
And
you know what? I gave it to you guys as babies all the time when you were teething. You don't have liver problems.
Well, and Liddy is getting her 12-year molars right now, and she's pretty miserable. And I'm babies are in the same. Can you stop crunching in my ear? Just please, just go elsewhere while you eat this. I'm sorry. I have very sensitive ears when people are chewing in them. I know it's I can ignore it for a while, and then it just hits me I can't do it.
And you got 3 kids. Ooh,
and I just feel so bad for babies because they're getting all kinds of teeth,
All
and
kinds
she's
of
just getting
teeth.
12, 4.
And it's not quick. I mean, like she's been probably teething off and on for 2 months and there's still nothing there, and so they don't sleep, they don't eat very well. And so, yeah, anyway, she is fine.
And all your love to baby Junie. She is
Baby Junie. She needs to cut a tooth and then I'm happy. Yeah. I'm going to see her next weekend too.
I know. She told me they were coming up.
Come on over.
We can't, but it's fine. We're going to do stuff here. Do you want to do your finishes now or later?
Do we want to do the girls first so they can go take their Cheez-It faces somewhere else?
Sure. Okay. We'll let the girls go.
Or do you want me to go first?
No, it's fine. Yeah, I don't care how we do it. Let's let Rosie go. Rosie, are you ready to quit?
Usually let the girls go and then do our featured friends.
We kind of go about both ways. Sometimes I make them wait till after we do the featured friends.
Oh, well, we could do the featured friend.
No, it's good. Let's do this.
I think you need them to be done.
Crunching. Okay, you can crunch in my ear for a second while you finish chewing. Do you want to show too? No. Okay. Rosie's braids didn't get redone today. That's okay. We didn't end up going to church because I woke up. You can't really tell, but I think, pink eye because my eye was crusty and pink this morning and super, super itchy last night. We decided to stay home this morning again. You like her mug? It's Halloween-y.
I know.
Oh, my mug? Yeah, I know. I bought it for Poppy, but I commandeered it today.
You want to tell how old you are? You got Cheez-It face. There you go. Oh, graham cracker face. How old are you? What's your name?
8. I'm Rosie.
Rosie. And what did you work on this week?
Knitting.
Rosie's been knitting. What are you making?
A hat.
A simple hat.
And
Is this the yarn you bought in Tri-Cities a year ago when I was over there?
Yes.
Yep.
We are finally doing this. Here's the beginning of her little hat.
I'm gonna do stripes with that color and this color.
Ooh, stripes.
Like big chunks of stripe, I think. Yeah. So that we don't have to change as many times.
Yeah.
And she's doing pretty good. I don't think you've ever knit in a circle before. This is the first time she's knit in a circle.
I'm gonna have to go back because
something happened here. So
Something happened there. That looks like maybe an ear flap.
Yeah. This is going to be the tie for under your chin. I just need to take it back a few stitches and probably pull the yarn a little tighter. I think you just didn't remember to pull it tight. So
yeah, it looks like just a little mistake.
That'll take me only 5 minutes or less.
Oh, yeah.
It won't be hard for me to do.
Unknitting is quicker than unstitching, I think.
Especially for me who has had a lot of practice at unknitting. So that'll be really cute when it's done. Maybe you'll have a
really cute
if you work on it. Don't mess with Millie's knitting.
The hats go pretty fast once you get going on them.
Yeah, once we get going, then eventually you will learn how to decrease, which will be a new skill. Millie.
And then you'll have a nice hat.
You'll have a nice new hat.
Okay. So
okay. First, come on in. Say who you are.
I'm Millie.
We love Millie. Don't we? We love you.
And Millie is 10.
Your ear crunching.
You told her she was crunchy?
And even in spite of all your ear crunching, she crunches in my ear all the time.
Millie is.
I don't know why they do it now all the time. If I get a text, they'll like come running over, crunching their snack or their lunch and stand right here looking over at whatever my text. Yeah.
You know, that is a developmental stage. It's just the same thing as when you guys used to listen to us talk from the back seat to the front seat of the car. You're at that age, they are on fact-finding mission. They want to know everything about everything. And the more dirt you find out from your parents about family members, the better.
Yeah. And it was a successful family trip.
Okay.
So ignoring Nini.
I'm working on this one.
Mimi's spitting out her drink.
By Tiny Modernist.
It's so cute. Tina Stitches says she wants to do it.
But she made you promise what? If she was gonna do it, then you have to start Beloved.
No.
Yeah.
Do that.
If you start Beloved now, you might get it done before you're like 80.
I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
You don't know. Maybe someday. You
need a bridge piece.
You can't quite do that one yet, I think.
Oh my goodness, you're just, oh, so, is it just the rest of the border you have left to do? The little
Yeah,
bit?
and then I have to do the back stitching, and I'm gonna put on a little charm too that I.
Oh, the back stitching won't take
I have a
long.
little ballerina charm. Did
It did not
Heather
come
Miller
in.
send that?
No,
No, who sent us the ballerina charms? It might have been Heather.
Heather Miller.
I feel like Heather's the one that sent us charms.
Yeah, I think
Love
that.
you, Heather.
I know. I hope you're doing good.
And she also
Oh, I
sent
shouldn't
me
have used-
No, I don't think she commented last week, so I hope she's okay.
No.
and she sent me an owl charm too.
Yeah.
And you started something else.
I started something.
It's probably not stitching though.
Okay. It's not cross stitching. This is not a good picture either. It's like an
No.
old, well, you can tell. What are you making?
Leg warmers.
For
Ballet.
For
to wear
ballet.
ballet, because the ones I made her a couple years ago are getting too small. And this is the great picture of them.
I'm
Oh, look at that. Looks like something from the 80s or the 90s.
No, it's Burnett. I don't know how you say that. Burnett. Whatever this brand, you know.
Burnett.
Burnett.
I don't know. Yeah.
But we have,
You're doing it in the circle and around?
nope, we're doing it flat.
Hold on.
Because the pattern calls for it to be flat and seam. And also, I wasn't ready to teach her magic loop and I didn't have any tiny little needles and she really wanted to start. So I thought, let's just keep it flat and we'll seam it at the
Well, then you
end.
can really get them to fit too, because then you can seam it.
That's true. And we can make sure she learns how to seam because I don't know.
Mhm.
So you're working on the ribbed
The
cuff.
top.
This is called a
Mhm.
cuff. Yeah, the top.
and
Ribbing, good
the
job.
top and the top are gonna be.
So
this
she just
part,
learned how to purl
that
today.
color.
Really?
And
Yeah.
This is the color that's gonna be the.
I thought I had
whole
taught her
middle.
that before. What's
That's
going
going to be
on?
the leg part. So the cuff's going to be white and the leg's going to be pink.
That's so
I
really
love it.
purling. I mean, that's really good, Millie.
It is really good.
Yeah. So the cuff at the top and the bottom are going to be. Except for I do think you did one row wrong. Now that I'm looking at it. But
You
that's
just
okay.
have to keep remembering,
It looks good.
knit the knits and, no, wait, is it knit one, purl one?
Yeah, you knit the knits and purl the pearls.
Yeah.
This was a yarn that I think somebody gave you that they hand spun. I don't know
Yeah.
who.
No, it's
How many years and years ago? And I feel like it came from like Australia or somewhere.
Row of pearls, ROE of PURLS, pearls. I
So
don't
long ago. It was like in a
exchange or something.
exchange that I did. And I feel like that gal, she also, the same gal sent me this beautiful woven, she hand wove, it's a scarf in purples.
Wow.
Yeah, I hope I still have that. I haven't seen that for a while.
Merino silk and tinsel. So I thought if she used the white for the cuffs, it would be more elastic and that
Yeah.
this was kind of looser, that would be okay.
Yeah,
Because it'll be hopefully held up by
yeah,
the
yeah.
and then it'll be actually maybe a little slouchier and really cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. I think that's gonna turn out great. She'll probably have them done next week.
Really cute. Really cute. Is Rosie gonna use your old ones?
Get a hat for Rosie within a week.
Yeah. Will you wear the green ones? Will those fit you with the ruffle at the bottom that I made for Millie out of the chunky? Those might fit you now.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie pie. I love your color choices.
I am now going to knit some
Yeah, we just pulled those out of my stash. So that was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Bye.
more. Oh, also, Lee wants me to
Bye.
take your stomach.
Okay. Liddy's stomach hurts. Thanks for letting me know.
Go lay down. Take a Tylenol.
He's not with us today. She stitched 3 stitches on her cross stitch. And I said, it's probably not really enough to share. Good try.
Lady is just not a craft lover.
I heard that. I told them they could play the Wii because it'll keep them from crunching in my ear the rest of the time.
That's right. Go crunch downstairs.
Hi. We have a featured friend today, and it's my Aunt Nancy. And I love that everybody on the internet now calls her Aunt Nancy. So congratulations to Aunt Nancy for getting a nickname that you are famous for.
We have to Zoom her in sometime.
I know. Let's plan a time to do that.
Okay, Nancy, we're going to plan a time with you.
Yeah. That would be really fun.
Yeah.
All right.
If you didn't ever watch our summer ones when she was on it.
Yeah, that would be really fun. She sent 3 finishes and I'm going to put them right here. And then I'll read the commentary that she sent along with them after. gosh.
But she's also, I think, monogamous.
Well, yeah.
Kind of monogamous. I think
Probably.
she's branching out a little bit.
Correct us if we're wrong, Aunt Nancy.
Yeah.
That Little House Needleworks Autumn ABC, she says in her email that she stitched that in a week because she couldn't put it down. I was like, that would have taken me a year, even if I was stitching monogamously.
Did you take time off from work to do that, Nancy? Because
I know, I showed Jesse and he said, did she have like the week off of work? I don't think so. I think she probably worked also.
maybe it was unofficial time off from work.
It was she while working? I don't know. She says for that one, the Little House, it's called Autumn ABC, and she stitched it on 28 count Cashel Country Mocha. And she says, I tried using the called for mixture of Weeks Dye Works and DMC floss, but just changed what colors went where. This took me a week to stitch because I couldn't put it down. It was my AB single for September. I plan on putting it on magnets so I can interchange it out. I have started the winter ABCs, but I am having a hard time stitching winter. Auntie Nancy.
She lives in Minnesota. I think winter is a hard season for a lot of people that live in Minnesota.
Well, and if fall is kind of your favorite, then it's hard to like I'm having a hard time stitching winter right now.
I'm not. I love fall and winter equal.
I'm gonna like stitch Halloween right now because I'm having fun. Then the one called the pumpkin pile with the cat and the
Cute.
well, my girls are convinced that it's a dog and a bear, but I'm pretty sure they're just pumpkins like stacked on top of each other with a cat.
Yeah.
She says this pumpkin pile that was the free chart attached to Ghoul's Garland from Stitching with the Housewives. I did this on 14 count black Aida with the called for colors. Stitched this in a weekend when I was home alone last spring. I finished on a block of wood with fat fabric, twine, and some fun Halloween ribbon and twine.
Cute.
It turned out
Cute finishing.
I know that ribbon is perfect on it. And then the last one was.
Yeah, I don't think Priscilla stitches bears. I don't think she designed bears.
I'm pretty sure those are just pumpkins. I don't know. The girls thought that the vines for sure were ears, and I was like, babe, I think those are just pumpkins with vines coming out the side with a cat on top. But you can think what you want. They're like insistent that those were a dog and a bear.
Yeah, pick your battle.
Pretty sure that's just a white pumpkin and an orange pumpkin. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe other people are looking at that and thinking the same. I don't know. I don't know everything.
I'll have to look at it again.
And she said that last one was the white and teal pumpkin. And she says, this is this month's #Pretty Pumpkin Challenge freebie from Violet and Verses, who I don't follow. So I think I need to go find Violet and Verses because it's so
They
cute.
used to be Layla stitching.
Oh,
I think they split off. There's two different. I don't think it was a bad split, but I think there's two different
designers now.
I think so. I think that, yeah. And I think that's who like Priscilla and Chelsea did one of their first retreats or was going to do a retreat there before pandemic. And I think they're like, on the I want to say Virginia area,
okay.
And I think that's who they are. And they have a Facebook group. I do follow them. I can't keep up. They're a pretty active group. I mean, there's a lot of.
Yeah, I'm not in that group, so I'll have to go look that one up because I hadn't really heard of that one. So she got it from a freebie from their group on their Facebook page. She also stitched it on 28 count Lugana Zweigert in Whisper by Lindy Stitches, and the challenge was to do it in your colors and post it by October 15th to win a gift card to an LNS. I knew I wanted to do a white and teal pumpkin. I'm not sure I like the green border. The pumpkin wood piece I found at Menards, which we don't have here, but I know how to say that word. I think, am I saying it right? Menards?
Yep, Menards. Yep, Menards.
I've never been in a Menards, but I saw them when we went back to Minnesota and I was like, oh, that's a Menards.
Like a McClendon's.
Yeah, like a little hardware store.
Yeah.
But apparently they have cute little wooden things because she got the pumpkin wood piece there. And it has the same check ribbon all around the edge. So that's why I used black rickrack to tie it together. I'll use magnets on this as well and change it to a Thanksgiving in November. This was done in 3 nights. So very quick. For you.
3 nights. 3.
It's 60 by 60, I think. It's like a big piece to me. Tonight was my night to finish things, Auntie Nancy. Thank you for sending those, Auntie Nancy. Those are lovely.
They are.
So that is fun. We love to see other people's finishes and stitching. Because obviously I get ideas of Facebook groups now to go find.
I know. I wish I could finish more things like that. I was telling Sarah, wish I had more creativity when it comes to like wood pieces and painting. And I just, maybe I just don't have a space to do it. So if I had like a basement workroom and I could just spread stuff out, but even doing my pillow palooza that you're going to see here in a minute. I mean, I had stuff in the dining room. I had stuff in the yellow spare room. I had stuff on the living room coffee table. And it was like everywhere, just spread out everywhere. So anyway, yes. Are you ready?
Well, I was just going to say, I think we're all caught up on the people who have sent in featured friends things. So if you're new or have already sent something before, we would love to feature you next week or one of the following weeks. You can just email an attachment of a picture of something you've been working on or have finished or fully finished, whatever. It doesn't matter to us at all, to the email address below, stitchandstuffxs@gmail.com. And we would love to feature you because it's really, the community aspect of Flosstube and cross stitching is my favorite part. So
well, people can ooh and ah over your thing and get ideas. I mean,
I know. I like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm ready for your pillow palooza.
Okay, well, wait, first of all, do you have any finished subjects or previous?
No,
nothing previous.
Okay, I didn't grab anything.
I have a FO first.
Okay, from this week?
Yes, on top of pillow palooza.
Congratulations. Yay.
I finished things of winter last month and now I've finished things of fall.
Yay, that turned out so cute.
I stitched this, okay. I stitched that week, the boots.
Yep.
And a few of these little things last night. And then I did this, the pencil and newspaper.
Oh, yeah, you had the paper still.
The other night I did that. And I had totally forgot about the little candle until I didn't even see it when I did the pumpkin. But anyway, it's done. So now I have my things of winter here, which is not pressed yet. And my things of fall, things of summer's coming along, and I have not started things of spring, but I will.
So cute.
I'm going to try to, I had a frame that I was going to put a shepherd's bush in. I think I'm going to use that frame for these pieces. I'm going to do what you're doing. It's kind of a bluish off-white frame. I think they would all look really pretty in there.
Yeah.
And then just interchange them every month.
I know. I love doing that.
I do love fall.
Or every season, not every month, but yeah.
Yeah, every season. I love fall. Okay, so then I had decided that I was going to do a couple pillows yesterday. And I started to do it. I thought, oh, and I've got this one. I have a little basket in a drawer in this spare room with all these little finishes that aren't finished. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just do another one. Next thing I know, I have six pillows. They're not perfect. I am not Vanna Pfeiffer.
That's all right.
So, no judging, but I love them. So I'm going to show you the first one. It's my little Mary and
well, that turned out really cute. Oh, I love the
pom-pom. I have not put the felt on. I thought I had the right color felt for all of them, and I don't. I need some black felt. But anyway, so that is what I did. I just got this plaid at Hobby Lobby and little pom-pom at Hobby Lobby. They have the best little trims.
I need to look
compared to Joann's. I told Sarah yesterday, I went to Joann's for something, and I thought I was shopping at a bargain basement. I mean, there's a super Joann's. There's a super Joann's.
I don't even know what a bargain basement is, although I could immediately picture what you meant.
Okay, so if you're old like me, maybe you know what a bargain basement is. So like the Bon Marché, the Macy's used to have all downstairs was the bargain basement. It was like their cheaper brands and sale items, and you could go down there and get all kinds of steals. Like I spent my high school years shopping in the bargain basement, but it was nicer.
It was like kind of an outlet, but within the store itself.
Right, because we didn't have outlet stores. But bargain basement also, there are some really messy ones, right? I mean, it just feels like, and so we have a super Joann's down the hill ways.
So it's basically like going into Ross.
At least the Ross might need.
Ross, and I'm in the right track a little bit.
Not everywhere. my Joann's, it had like, I walked in there and I'm like, did a bomb go off? I mean, it's never that nice, but it was really bad yesterday. It's in a really cruddy little strip mall. There's like a public health clinic, not even a public health clinic, like a, oh, I don't know. It's just not a very good area of town. Okay. And it's just dirt. You know how fabric stores just get dirty and dusty? This store is just always dirty. It's just done. I don't think they ever sweep. I don't know. And their fabric selections are okay. They had some cute Christmas fabric, but I wanted trims. I wanted to, and
they didn't have much.
Well, not much. They did a little bit. I really just needed some rickrack.
Couldn't find the bin. They probably had a bin.
Yeah, so they have their aisles with their ribbons and stuff, but then up by the checkout counter, there's huge bins of, but it didn't say sale. You know, big spools of tassels.
I got tired of sticking it on the shelves, and they're like,
I think so.
Chuck it in the bin.
And then like I think they might have had a big sale called Midnight Madness or something, because there were signs around. Clearly I was there not at midnight, and it was mad, but it wasn't midnight. And so there was lots of empty shelves, and I'm like, and then they told me they were going to quit carrying the single pieces of felt. It was over in the clearance area. And if the bargain basement feeling was bad enough when you walk in, let me tell you, the clearance area, I like, oh no, I'm not even going down that aisle. And they had like really awful colors left of the felt. So they have the wool felt on bolt. So I just went and bought a few, but I forgot to get black, and I needed black for a couple of these. So, and I ran out of time. I went to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday.
Oh, that's why you have 6 finishes.
Yeah. And I spent almost all day on these. Okay, so that was number 1. And then I still haven't finished the back of her, but I did put a little bow on her.
Oh, that's cute.
And I think I'm going to
put finished it all, right?
Huh?
She wasn't a pillow before. You just did the whole thing.
No, she's been a pillow. Just hanging out. Just hanging out. That might not have been.
I feel like maybe we should. There could be some inappropriate things.
Maybe you should put a disclaimer up. I'm going to put.
Sorry, everyone.
Okay. I'm going to put, I think, a piece of red felt on her just to give her a little contrast.
That would be cute. Maybe plug a hole in the back.
I do plan on stitching that up. Okay. Then, this was time consuming. I worked on this watching Bond last night.
Oh, fun. The new one, or is this an old one?
No, we were watching the old ones first.
Is the new one out? I don't even know. It's Daniel Craig's last one. Did you hear?
Yeah, I heard that, but I thought I heard last time was the last one, and he came back. So anyway, I put the little star fabric.
Cute.
I think I might still put, I don't know, maybe a little button or something, but I had sew this pom-pom.
So cute.
I hand stitched that all the way around. That was
really?
That was time consuming. Yes.
Why'd you hand stitch it rather than just tuck it in and?
Because I just didn't.
Oh.
I don't always have the best luck doing my corners when I do that.
Oh.
Even now, this one isn't great. But you know what? Again, I'm not Vanna. I don't pretend to be.
Really?
But
it's
I'm
so
gonna
cute, though.
I'm gonna have a little bowl full of some Halloween, and then I had shown this one. I finished it last year, but I never fully finished it. I did this little one.
Oh,
I gotta fix that. But anyway, so she is on a gold.
That's really nice.
And just hand stitch that little piece of, and then this one makes me so happy. I just had some of this fabric. I had a bunch of fat quarters in my drawer, and I just hand stitched this on, but this went pretty fast. Again, it's kind of, I didn't make it all. I just thought, it's kind of wonky, but she's kind of wonky.
She's kind of quirky, so it just goes with it. That's cute.
And then the last one
is your favorite. Oh, that turned out so cute. I love that piece. I still keep thinking about starting it, but next year maybe.
I was thinking about putting like this pom-pom all the way around, and I thought, no, after stitching that other one on, it would take, and I don't think it needed it. I don't think it's that fancy of a piece.
Yeah, I think it's perfect.
I
like it.
Still feel like I need to flatten some of that, but I just had like an orange.
Oh, cute.
So they'll all get covered up. I also, watch Lori Holt's pillow finishing, tutorial.
Yeah, I should watch that.
She has, she's the one that talked about the adhesive. You know, you just put the adhesive on here and then the adhesive on your felt, and then you just iron it on. You don't have to sew the felt on. But she has these special little pins that are kind of decorative that she just puts some buttons on and just, I think I did it kind of on your dumpster fire friend, but the pin wasn't big enough. So you can't get as many buttons on it. But anyway, I need to go back and look at what she called those because I want to order some. But
cute. That turned out really nice.
It is done. And this was on, I think this is on an 18 count. It is on, and I hand dyed this. Actually, I might have just tea dyed.
That's cute.
But anyway, so that was my day yesterday.
Wow, you did a lot.
I did. I have a couple more to do. Like there's a little turkey I want to do. I mean, I'll have more when I ever get some other finished projects, but
yeah,
you know, my dream of having some little bowls full of pillows is starting to happen, which I think I kind of felt like once I got the mess out, I just kind of kept going. And I will say all of them got an interfacing stitched, ironed onto it, except for this one. And I stuffed them so much it doesn't really matter, but boy, I sure like that extra stability that the interfacing gives your stitched piece. It just gives it a,
yeah, I need to just buy some of that.
Yeah, you just iron it on with a wet damp cloth over it. It's easy.
Yeah. You know, I thought I had some of that I had gotten because I was going to do a patch on one of Jessie's like jackets, and I actually was thinking about using it today for something. Anyways, I couldn't find it, so I need to buy some more of that and try it. I never have used any.
Yeah,
that is something like how it made your pillows feel the last time I was over there.
And that is something that Vonna does. I don't think Lori Holtz does it. I didn't get that from Lori Holtz.
I was gonna try to have my Mill Hill kit, the pumpkin ones done, but I didn't have any craft glue. I thought I had some, and we had girls who were sick this week on Tuesday. I didn't think it was probably COVID, but once Millie started having a fever, I decided to get her tested just in case, because we hadn't even really been around anybody that I was overly concerned about, but
you just never know.
Like we hadn't been around anybody, so I wasn't overly concerned is what I mean to say, but it came out negative anyways. And the test was on Thursday. By Friday, she seemed to be bounced back, but I still didn't really want to go a lot of places Friday. So anyways, I couldn't even really get to town like I normally do every week to buy stuff. So not finished the whole thing.
What are you going to finish that on? Sorry, my nose is
just going to cover it, the back, with a piece of felt, and then trim it and then hang a little. I'm going to finish it like the directions on Mill Hill, on the like directions.
So you need like a tacky glue?
Need just like a tacky glue. I thought maybe Elmer's glue would work, but it didn't really stick to the felt. So
I think Elmer's glue's changed over the years too. I think because it's used to eat
and I don't want to hot glue it because then the hot glue will show through the perforated paper.
Yeah.
It'll ooze through and then dry hard, and I don't want to do that. So I need to just go buy some like just simple craft glue. I just haven't been to the store.
Yeah, you got
no fully finishes. Yeah, so I'll try to get that done next week. But I do have some whips I can show.
Yes.
I have a new fun whip. Let me see if I can.
Oh, you have a new whip?
I have a new whip, a new Halloween whip. So remember last week I said I wanted to dye.
Yeah.
So that I could start on this that Claire from Stitch Lit sent to me, and I really want to finish it so I can pass it on to somebody. So I dyed this green fabric, and I thought it was just right. I used Rit dye apple green. And I just like kind of scrunched it together and poured it over like Priscilla and Chelsea do. And then in their tutorial video, they say, they said that Farm Girl Stitches microwaves hers, which I've never done. I've always put mine in the oven, but this is such a tiny piece of fabric that I cut off of another thing.
Oh yeah, Farm Girl does, yeah.
I just stuck it in the microwave and I thought it turned out perfect. I didn't really want it. I started it off. It's the original fabric is what I used on my milk and cream. Let me see if I can check. So this is the color of the original. I don't even remember what that is. So then when I dyed it green, it had still a little bit of a grungy color. But there's my little star.
Oh, you're gonna have that done fast.
I know it's gonna go really fast because it's just a few little motifs around each other.
Cute. That's a cute cat.
I love it. So anyway, I know. I thought that cat turned out so cute. I didn't have it calls for color and cotton, which is classic Colorworks, right? I couldn't find my fancy flosses. They're in like a little paper bag somewhere. They're in the house, but I could not find them anywhere that I should have. I don't know where they would be.
Sarah.
I'm sure they're here, but they work with my other flosses. They may have fallen out in the closet, but I haven't had time to like look.
It's not like you took a whole paper bag of flosses out in your car.
No, I mean, it's just like a little paper bag. So
yeah, they're in the house.
It's here, and I really need to clean up my craft room because it's kind of messy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I just grabbed a handful of DMCs that I liked that kind of, I thought looked great on this green. So here's all the colors that I'll be doing.
That thing calls for fancy floss?
Yeah, for those tiny little, and there's no DMC conversion. And I was like, well, I am not going to buy all the fancy flosses for this because I've got.
Who does that pattern?
Heart and hand. So
really? Yeah. No.
It's just, here's the colors. I think that's okay to show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even have any of those colors either. Yeah. So I would have had to be substituting other fancy flosses. And I really just didn't think it was going to matter because I thought the green.
Yeah.
The green is kind of the important part. I'm trying to figure out how to hold this up.
Oh, no, those will look great.
Yeah. So I just pulled DMCs as I was sitting there watching TV one night and then going. So that's my new start. And I'm hoping I'll have it finished before Halloween. And then I think I'll finish it round like that. I might even just get a little tiny hoop actually and put it in a little hoop and then back it and maybe put rickrack around it.
Yeah.
So that's one whip. My other whip, I forgot the magazine again. I'm just going to pull up Tunnel of Trees on my phone because I haven't actually showed the picture of it for. Yeah, you should. I only have a working.
So do you think my phone is so glary because I have it a setting set so bright?
Oh.
Display brightness.
I don't know who the designer is. If I can't find it, I'm going to pause the video and go hunt it down. Okay, here's the just.
Oh, it's still bright. Oh, that's better though.
Yeah, I think I kind of point mine down a little bit.
Yeah.
I found the magazine. Let me see if I can find a picture of the.
Okay, yeah, so that people can really get the.
There we go. Okay, this is what I'm working on. Here is the picture of it.
I actually had forgotten about all those trees up there.
Yeah, there's quite a few trees. There's a lot left on this piece. So I have the house and quite a lot of the brown done where that pathway up to the house is. Man, this piece is cute. It's really cute. I forgot how cute it is because I haven't looked at the color copy of it for a while.
Right.
I didn't get a ton done, but I worked more on the brown below on that ground. I still need to get that little.
You know what's funny is that with the amount that you've done, it looks like you're stitching going down a hill, but when you showed the picture, it looks more flat. Yeah.
There is a little hill at the top though, which is probably primarily what I've stitched.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm seeing.
Oh, so I've stitched that and then I've stitched along in here. So yeah.
But maybe when you get is the brown done around the kids' feet? Hold that back up again.
Almost. It's done around some of them.
Oh, okay.
So here's the hill.
Yeah.
And then here is where it will just be like, it looks like a driveway going off from the perspective in the horizon. Mm-hmm. So I still have a ton to do on this one, but it's one of my magazine monthly challenges.
Yeah.
I didn't actually keep track of how much time I worked on it this week. Probably not enough to really record too much. Mm-hmm. But I got a few more trees done.
Yeah.
Cranberry in pine.
Oh, yeah.
It's still chugging along. Show you where I'm at now. Whoa.
Oh yeah. Are you almost down to the bottom of the?
That's pretty much the toe, and then it goes straight down and then wraps around. So I actually went back up towards the middle and did a few trees this week too. So I kind of thought I might go start here and kind of go diagonally just for some. So pretty. And even though it's a bunch of trees, they're all different enough that I don't think I would get bored stitching it. I know. I actually love this little. It's so simple, but I just think it looks like the perfect little tiny. Yeah. It's tree shape. Maybe I'll have to do that one for Dad. I know I do like this one. I have the other one all set to go and I'm ready for it. Wow. You made huge progress on that. Well, even though I said I'm having a hard time stitching winter, I actually did stitch some winter because I have some that I love. So this one I did work on. Well, it really does help me to just think, you know what, I'm just going to pull it out and do 1 or 2 trees and then put it away and do something else.
Right.
And I've made steady progress on it, but also stitch on like my Halloween thing that's kind of seasonal and fun.
Yeah.
And then I also worked, I think while Rosie was at ballet last week
Oh,
for a while on this guy. I think I finished this little letter guy, and I don't remember if I started the dad or the man or the bigger boy. Let's see. I did start on the older. I don't know. I think of it as a daddy pulling the sled, but it might be a big brother or something.
Oh, cute. So cute.
I know this will be a cute pillow. I've decided that's if I can. I think I can make that amount of fabric around the edge work for a pillow.
Oh yeah, you don't have to have that big of a seam. Yeah.
Oh, I think I found my scissors that I've been looking
Oh, I see you still have it in your fancy bag.
Oh yeah, I still have it in my fancy bag. And here's the 2 pairs of scissors I've been looking for all week. I don't know why there's 2. I knew there was probably 1 in there because I had to take it.
Maybe your fancy flosses are stuck in there too.
Maybe. Probably not. That would be
fell into that fancy bag of yours.
No reason I would have taken the fancy flosses to. And my Biscornu made an appearance this week. I'm working on this part of the
I need to.
I got 1 poppy all the way, like 1/4 of it done.
I'm just so caught up in my Halloween and Christmas stitching that I'm having a hard time doing my Biscornu because it's more summery.
So there's 1. So I'm ready now to start either going out that way. You know, this is 1 whole quarter.
Great. That's huge progress on that little corner.
I know I got all those leaves done. So I think I'd like to try to get another 1/4 or 2 done. And then I'll be really close to being able to finish it.
The gal that designed the one I'm doing just did released a winter one.
Ooh, I bet that's pretty.
It's all crystally. And then the one that the gal, Little Dove that I was doing
something.
She did a fall one. Just released it. Because hers is a series. She's doing seasonal ones.
I usually post those on our show notes on the description below, but I don't always remember later to go back and kind of look through them. And I'm still working on this for Millie. And this yarn, man, it is fun to work with. It's just cheapo merino yarn from Hobby Lobby, but I think every week I say I just love how it's knitting up.
Knitting up so nice.
And even, and it's not really splitty. And
yeah.
So I'm about ready to split for the underarm. I think I actually might be ready right now. Like I finally finished the increasing from the shoulder seam today, right before we started filming. So I'm not entirely sure what's next, but split for body and sleeves, which is my favorite part because then you actually have fewer stitches.
Yeah.
And you just get to knit the body down. Yeah. And then go back and finish the sleeves.
Yeah. That's going to be so pretty on her.
I know. She's going to look so pretty in that.
I'm going to have to look into that yarn. I actually, for the babies.
Here is called Must Be Merino. Yeah, it's going to look really pretty on her.
I really do think I'm going to look for that yarn if I do a baby sweater.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It's I think DK weight. I think it's like a 3.
Which, that's the thing. I love knitting with fingering weight, but it takes so much longer. But for Junie, that's fine. But when the kids get older, it's nicer to do a DK weight.
Yeah, it's a 3, a light yarn. That's DK.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to look for that. That's good value.
And worsted is nice to work with for that age, for Millie's age too, but often it almost feels too heavy or warm because she wants to wear it over stuff. And actually, even though it's so cold here, inside the house, our house stays pretty warm because it's wood heat. So she's not likely to just put on a sweater and wear it all day. Worsted
weight, unless you're living back in the polar tundra in Minnesota, you don't really need worsted weight yarn. I mean,
do you wear, does Aunt Nancy wear worsted weight sweaters in the polar tundra? We actually have friends that watch this sometimes that probably literally do live in the polar tundra.
They do. I'm sure like Heather Miller and Tina. They live way up there in Canada. I don't think there's any part of Canada that doesn't get snow. Maybe the BC.
I don't think that Tina lives way up.
She lives in Ontario. I think she lives up.
Oh, I don't know why I was thinking. Who am I? Okay.
Yeah, she's Ontario. It's far east and it's pretty, I think, yeah. I could be wrong. Maybe Tina, let us know.
Yeah.
You get snow?
I don't know what I'm thinking. I actually don't know the geography of Canada very well, so I would not presume to know.
I think anything east of BC above us gets snow, like Saskatchewan and Ontario, and
yeah,
I think they're all farther enough north and east that they get a lot
Arctic tundra.
They get the Arctic tundra. That's why worsted weight is made. It's for those people. We need cotton here year round.
Well, we need DK weight here. Okay,
Yeah.
show us what you did for whips this week.
Okay, well, I'll start with my knitting because I joined the Zoom knitting group for Magazine Monthly yesterday for a little bit, which was very fun. And I didn't cross stitch.
What? You said the Zoom knitting group, but it was a stitching group.
Stitching. I'm sorry, because I was knitting. That's why I said that. I did not stitch because I have a hard time stitching. I didn't have my light set up, but I'm still working on Junie's little raglan sweater, but I have it all figured out now.
Oh, good. Like the directions are making sense. The directions are making some sense.
Yeah, so I do like if you look at, this is going to be a sleeve. So you see that little garter stitch panel?
Yeah.
That runs all the way down the sleeve.
Like the outside of the sleeve?
And like here's where my
so tiny.
Right here is where my raglan increases are. So it looks good now. I think my counts are right. And if I just keep track of what row I'm on and don't accidentally increase on the wrong rows.
I think that raglan seam is not seam, but I think it looks so pretty as you're knitting it out. I love it.
Pretty, yeah. And this again is a Hobby Lobby yarn. It's a fingering weight, and it's knitting up nice too. I mean, it's not really splitty.
That's a hand dyed one that I made something for Junie out of.
Yes, it's a hand dyed.
It is nice to work with.
It's just a superwash merino, so it can also be hand dyed.
I love watching this.
Yeah, and see how nice that turned out on your seam. I mean, that shows me that yarn is knitting up pretty evenly and nicely.
Yes, it really is, and it just looks so pretty as it comes out.
Sorry if you're not a knitter, but
I know we're kind of talking knitting again.
But anyway, so I did do some knitting this week, and I also, my friend Jody, I knit with her on Thursday nights. She has recently kind of become unofficially an empty nester, and she's single, and I think she
is ready.
She works for the company that I work for, but she's in a more management position, and I have to say, being in a management position in a healthcare facility, healthcare industry during a pandemic has been super, super stressful.
Yeah.
And I think she realized that she needed to make some time for herself. And so she tried cross stitching, but she just doesn't, it's not relaxing. Although I feel like sometimes knitting isn't relaxing for her sometimes either, but she still hangs in there. Okay. So what I worked on, several little things. I worked on Dreaming Girl.
Oh, yay.
Not much, but a little bit.
What did you decide to do about her hair?
I'm keeping it.
You're going to keep it the dark color?
Yeah.
I think it'll look nice. I think it'll be a nice contrast.
I like it. The more I've done,
and once you get the motifs in it, because the motifs are colorful. So
that's what I decided.
Kind of break it up and not just.
It'll break it up. It doesn't look quite so dark now that I've spread it out. And you were right. If I did the white, then I wouldn't have that fun definition that waves across her hair. So I was off a little bit. Like one of my leaves is a little wonky, but I'm not undoing it.
I messed up there too.
Yeah.
And I just left it.
Yeah. So I'm working here. So anyway, I do enjoy this one, even though the holes are kind of hard to see, but she is pretty and
pretty. It is pretty on that purple.
And I just kind of thought I'm going to work on her one night. I didn't really have a big plan. I do have a piece that I decided was going to be my lunchtime, because I've been making myself take a lunch. I actually eat at my desk and then I take a little break and go do some cross stitching. Did you get them?
No, sadly.
This is a very old whip that I really wanted to make progress on, and it is. Let's see if I can find the color picture. It's Babushka's Blossoms.
Oh yeah.
So I basically have.
You kind of started early on when you came back to cross stitching.
Yes, it was like that year. I've done about this much of that border down to here. I've done all of her, and I had started the pumpkin, but I really had not done much of the pumpkin. I think I had only done like this line of the pumpkin. So I've done all that orange pumpkin, and I love this Classic Colorworks.
That
It's
is
Colonial Copper.
nice.
But I realized that this pumpkin is so huge, I was going to need more than one skein. So I went and bought 2 more.
That is so cute though.
And then the house is an oatmeal. And I thought, you know, that's pretty solid stitching. So I got another oatmeal. It's kind of blurry. I don't know why it's.
There's this one little piece of hair that's like.
So anyway, I just been putting stitches in her every day for about a half hour on my lunch break, which feels kind of good. It's been nice to have that mental break too.
Yeah.
Work was so nuts in September. I thought, I cannot continue this pace. I'm going to burn out, but then it slowed down. It just,
Yeah.
I had to remember that's kind of what my Septembers are like.
So hopefully that'll just be kind of seasonal and then you forget it.
It'll come in waves. Then I did start this today. It's very tiny start, but I wanted to show it because I finished so many.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Merry and Bright by Pineberry Lane. You know what? And I only, well, you'll be proud of me, Candy. I started with the border.
Well done.
This little pinks. I mean, it's called Aztec Red, but it really isn't red.
Yeah, that's pretty pinky.
Yeah, and I realized something, especially on this pretty bluish gray fabric, that I really like. I don't decorate with pinkish Christmas stuff, but I really like cross-stitch Christmassy things that are on the pink side. And I think, again, it's a retro thing for me because that was very much a 60s and 70s kind of color palette.
Yeah.
And I just love it. So anyway, I did get a start because that was a reward for actually fully finishing Merry and Minty by the free one.
Yeah,
So
I remember you saying that.
I've had this one all ready to go, and I have it in this little tiny project bag.
Oh, one of your new ones.
Yeah,
That's cute.
And then I worked on just 2 more things. I worked on my Joyful World SAL. I'm still working on October, but I'm doing good. I finished Mr. Hedgehog.
Oh, you'll get that done before the end of the month.
Oh yeah, this is an easy block actually.
Cute.
I'm on to the snail. Maybe tonight I'll work on the snail. And then the last thing I worked on was I started it last week and I had shown a little bit of it and I worked on it a lot because I love it because you know who did it? It's Barbara Anna. It was my magazine monthly focal piece for Kaleidoscope.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember.
I figured her dress was bright and colorful. She qualified.
Yeah, there's all those colors along the side.
And I've made pretty good progress on her. I think last week I only had her head, her sleeves, and a little bit of this.
Yeah, you got all that done down there.
All that done, yeah.
Cute.
She's fun to work on.
She's so cute.
She's quirky. She's quirky. I'm quirky. I had not watched a lot of Dina on half stitch, cross stitch. I mean, I've heard her name, but I don't think I've watched very many of her videos. And I pulled her up because Candy from 614 Stitcher mentioned she was doing some planning. And
pencil, so I can remember to jot down the link to her.
Oh, from Dina? Yeah. Half stitch, cross stitch. She's got such a nice, sweet manner. She seems like a really sweet, I would love to be friends with you, Dina. If you happen to watch us, I don't know if you do, but
you have a new best friend waiting for you.
I'd love to be your friend. She was talking about her Whip Go plans and she pulled up a couple of things that were going to be new starts on her Whip Go. And I forget what it was she pulled up. She goes, this is the whimsy part of me. Because she does beautiful Mirabilias but then she pulled up something. She goes, this is the whimsy part of me. And I thought, that's me. I like whimsy.
Whimsy. You do like whimsical things.
Yeah, I do like whimsical. So that is really all not all. I mean, that was actually, and then I finished Things of Autumn. So I did work on that.
You got a lot done this week. Much more than I probably did.
I know. I had some really dry months there. It's like
kind of in a dry month this month, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. Because I have the time in the evenings and I am.
You have a lot of bigger things though, like you're working on.
Yeah, that's all. I think I'm still making steady progress on a lot of things. And last night, my eye was so itchy that I couldn't really get very much done. And, and we're back to school planning and stuff. So actually probably does cut more into my stitching than it normally in the summer. Because in the evenings, I kind of have to prep what I want to go. Yeah, just little things. It doesn't take very long, but it still cuts in.
Yeah, it does. I totally get it. I totally understand. I mean, and I really did
but I still love just doing it. Just a little bit a day still feels so life-giving.
Right. Well, I just had so many things. I just have so many things that are so close to being done. That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
Is focus, and I think Tina talked about that too. Tina Gaddell, Tina Stitches. She's had several finishes of some bigger pieces, but they were just languishing because she just was really close to being done, and she just buckled down and did them. And
yeah,
I thought that's what I need to do on a couple of some of these things.
Like
button up. I need to do button up needs to come out. I need to just buckle down and do button up.
You have to this year finish that.
I want that. Yeah, I want that up in January for my winter.
You got to finish that one this year.
So
yeah, maybe just surveying through your pieces now and then and being like, okay, this is silly. I just need to finish this. I bet 2 hours on this, it'll be done, and then I can.
Yeah, I think
I need to do that with fully finishing. I need to survey what fully finishing things I need to do and just like choose like 3 to do and then just do them.
Yeah, and what you really want to next to put up, because that's what I felt like. I really wanted. I feel like I ended up with more Halloween. Well, I guess Halloween was really only her, and there's 3 Halloween. There's the orange pumpkins, and then there was the Barbara Anna, and then this piece. But
Bobbing for pumpkins, that's just more fallish, probably.
Yeah, I would leave that up in November in a bowl. Yeah, by itself, I would. And this one too. This is the autumn.
Oh yeah, that one.
I love this little one.
I know, that's cute.
And then there's a Christmas one. So I feel like I was more driven to get those done because I really wanted those. I thought I want something seasonal. Christmas time, I don't have a lot of room to put anything framed up, but I've got so much Christmas stuff. You'd be really proud of me. I've gone to Hobby Lobby a couple times. I've not bought any new Christmas stuff. That you cannot buy any new Christmas stuff this year. End of story. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Season's young.
I don't really need to buy a lot of Christmas stuff either. I have quite a bit now, but
I do have a little bit of haul.
I don't have any.
Actually, I just need to grab something. Okay. Oh, please.
I like your top. I think it's cute.
Oh, thank you. Oh, where is it? Yeah, it is polished. Uh-oh.
You forget something?
Oh, it's right here. It just got bent over. So I went, well, first I'll show, okay, we can't be having that.
Can you check the fire, baby?
I got right.
I make sure it's
broke down and bought some yarn. So there's an indie dyer. She's actually local. She had a little yarn shop. She had an Etsy shop for a long time, and I used to run into her all the time. We used to go on yarn crawls because there was a lot of yarn shops around my area that you could do in a day, my friends and I always loved Kathy. The name of her shop is called Buxom, Buxom, Buxom Cat Knits, because her name is Kathy. And she actually started dyeing yarn with her daughters, her teenage daughters. And she's really popular because this yarn is gorgeous. And it's nice yarn, like it's just nice to knit with. So anyway, she opened a store right before the pandemic, like November before the pandemic. A little shop, and it's expensive to have leases. And then she was shut down most of 2020. And even when she was open, because the shop was so small, she had to limit. Anyway, I think it was just so super stressful. And then she, I think, ended up really needing to make more money, I think. She had actually quit a nursing career because she was going deaf. She's not totally deaf, but she's definitely deaf. So anyway, she has an Etsy shop called Buxom Cat Knits, and she does all kinds of seasonal, this one's called Bobble. And I was thinking about maybe casting on some socks or something with this in December. And then some people might not know, but every year there's a bunch of indie dyers that do, well, actually it started off with a commercial yarn that I found called, I forgot the name of it now. It's German. They did little yarn advent calendar. So you got a box and you open the window and there were little tiny mini skeins that you could do like scrappy socks or a cowl with. Well, then a lot of the indie dyers jumped on the bandwagon and offered these beautiful yarn advent calendars. Well, my birthday is in December. And so Sarah's dad used to pre-order. I would just pre-order it for myself in August because you had to do pre-orders. And then it would start coming in December and you open a little, it was fun. It was just a fun little thing to do. Well, I didn't do it in 2020 because I missed all the notifications because of mom. And then last year, 2021, this summer, I wasn't going to do it because some of them got so expensive because they were adding all these add-ons like, oh, we're going to give you a bag and we're going to give you some stitch markers. And
it's like, I just want the little skein of yarn. It's fine.
Yeah. So like the first ones I ordered were like $100, which was doable for a birthday gift for us. But then they were like 150, 180. I mean, I saw some for 175. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that, you know? So there's another yarn dyer that I'd never bought yarn from before. Sorry, I should have taken it out of the bag. Her name is, sorry, get out of there. Her name is Knitty McPurley. And got this little bag with my purchase with her name on there. She actually has been undergoing, she designs patterns and she has her own little yarn dyeing business. She's undergoing breast cancer this year treatment. So, and she popped up more and more on my feed. Well, she offered for the first time an advent calendar that was only like, I think $100 and just, you know, a basic yarn advent calendar. And so I ordered it and I told her, and I really appreciated that, you know, she was doing something that was more affordable. And so anyway, she pops up and she designed these socks called rainbow socks. And she was hand dyeing these sets. And I thought, I just want to buy one of these. So it's a sock. Those are cute. Scrappy, like little rainbows.
Those are cute.
And it's really soft, Sarah. Oh my gosh, is this yarn soft? And then she just sent some stitch markers along with it in this bag. I thought I was just getting the yarn. I had no idea and it wasn't that expensive. I mean, I paid what I would have thought I would have paid just for the yarn and then got a couple little extras. So I really would promote her shop. She seems like a really sweet gal. And again, super affordable yarns. And she has other stuff in her shops. Like she's got like a stitch row counter necklace. She's got like a magnifying glass necklace. So I think if you need to go to the store and can't see like me, I don't even know what all else is in her shop, but she's Knitty McPurley. And then
I'll link her in the notes below.
Link her in the notes and Buxom Cat too. I really love Kathy. And so then I had already shared that I was going to do flea market flowers, and Candy from 6-1 Stitcher said, let's do it as a stitch along. I said, okay. And then I think it was her or somebody else said, hey, look at this one done on black fabric. And I'm like, oh, hey, yeah. So I'm going to do mine on black.
Ooh.
And I bought the black fabric and it's a 32 count linen.
Why did you do that?
I'm not.
Why didn't you get 16 count Ada?
I'm not really sure. Oh, I got really blurry. Hello.
You're probably focused on your fabric.
Down. Reset.
Well, that's weird. There we go. There you go.
And I'm gonna do it. It's so striking. And the gal that I've only seen one person on Instagram that has posted it on black, and she only changed a couple of colors. And I don't think it's because it was black. I think it's just because she liked the colors. It's a different blue. It's a more royally blue and a salamander. So I'm gonna get those. And I was afraid that maybe this brown isn't going to show up, but it shows up great. I thought, well, no, brown shows up on black.
Yeah,
so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
That'll be cute. Are you starting it on a certain time with Candy?
We haven't talked about it, but I need to talk to her about that. Yeah.
Fun.
I think I might just call Threadneedle and see if she'll just send me those threads. I'm not going to have time to go next week. So anyway, I'd like to start it soon. It's just, it's so cheerful.
It is cute.
It's cheerful. And I haven't done any. So it's so Emma's fat quarter shop. So anyway, I did get this, and you know what's interesting? I was going to do it on an even weave. I had a 27 count even weave, but you know the holes were harder to see.
Oh, really?
Than on this. Yeah. We were looking at it, and she goes, "I think you're going to have an easier time on the linen." I said, "You know, I think you might be right because the even weave is a denser weave."
Oh, okay.
I just got it at Threadneedle. Anyway, so that's my haul.
Fun. I don't have any haul. That's okay. But we do have a giveaway winner. So last week we were giving away Homespun Elegance. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a little ornament.
It's a sweet little ornament.
Little cute ornament.
I don't want to.
Oh, I didn't remember to ask you ahead of time. Do we have another giveaway? Did you get
We
something?
do have a giveaway. Yeah.
Okay. I meant to ask. So this is what we were giving away last week, and you were supposed to use the word ornament in your comment, and the winner of the little snowman ornament is Deborah Johnson. So Deborah, congratulations. We're so happy that we get to send this to you. So email at us at the email in the description box below. Again, it's stitchesxs@gmail.com. And give us your physical mailing address so that we can send that out to you.
Yeah. Congratulations, Deborah. I don't think you've won from us before, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay, so the giveaway that I bought is an autumn. It's called, I don't think we've given this one away before.
Well, if we did, that's fun to have a read.
Doodles Autumn. We gave a different one in this series, I think, away.
Oh no, we haven't given that one away. That's cute. That is a cute one. It kind of goes.
It's got
ribbon it round. Same designer.
It's got the little buttons.
Oh, cute.
And it's called Doodles Autumn. Embellishments included. We can either do the word doodles.
Sure, doodles. Well,
doodles. No.
Okay. Doodles, plural. If you can creatively find a way to use that word, more power to you. But you can just
put it in or just write it in.
Like a line at the end of your comment. That's fine.
Yeah,
Doodles.
I do love this. I love that.
Really cute.
Sunflower.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't talk to you about this, but we've done it before with our other things of winter. I want to just pass the stash.
Okay.
And the packaging's a little and one of the pages I didn't make a working copy of this one. I didn't. So it's been folded. So in full disclosure, you're not going to get a pristine, but I also have the leftover flosses that I will pass to you also.
There's probably enough there to stitch the whole thing.
Yeah. And if there aren't, it's all DMC. So super easy. So if you want to win this.
Do you want to do it like a giveaway or just the first person?
We can just do the first person. The first person that comments, whose comment comes through, that says they want things of autumn, I will pass this on to you. It's too cute to not spread the love.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's that.
Great.
Yeah.
What you reading?
What am I reading? I'm still reading The Widow of Frick Island. I've been staying up till 3 o'clock stitching. There hasn't been a lot of reading time going on in my house. It's been a little sparse. What are you reading?
Okay. I've been reading 11/22/63 still, so chugging along through that and enjoying it still. I'm just going to say that every week from now on till I die. It's a long. I only stay awake for
Have you had to renew it yet?
What?
Have you had to renew it yet?
It's overdue right now. Just I missed the renewal, but I plan on just buying it. I think I'm going to look for it used. And then I went back to reading a book that Millie wanted me to read, which is The Bark of the Bog Owl. And it's by Jonathan Rogers.
I think I gave that to her for Christmas.
You did. So it's Jonathan Rogers. He's an author that we like from other things. And it's basically a retelling of the story of David and Goliath, but it's set in kind of a fantasy world overlapping with the real world and maybe Louisiana, somewhere in a swampy area, I'm guessing kind of down south.
Okay.
But it's also not really realistically about the time that land was being settled by white people, but that's kind of ostensibly what is going on. Anyways, but it's really fun. It's really interesting. And you kind of know that where the story is heading a little bit, but there's sort of fantastic elements in it that you don't expect. And so I've been reading that.
I think it's sweet that they give you books to read.
I like that they do that. So that one's a good one. I am also trying to keep up with Liddy's schoolwork. I have read pretty much all of Rosie and Millie's school books over the time because we just use the same. So I try to keep up with Liddy's every year. So right now, probably the main one I'm really enjoying is Hind's Feet in High Places. It's a book. She had already read The Hobbit, which was kind of the assigned literature book for this term. And I didn't really want to just hand it to her and say, here's another school book. We've already read it. And I think she's already reread it to herself. So yeah, I was trying to think what I thought she would like and what I wished she'd read. And I don't know if you've ever read that book. It's kind of like Pilgrim's Progress. An analogy. I I'm reading it along on my own, trying to keep up with the same chapters she's reading. And man, I've read it before too, but it's really speaking to me right where I'm at. Just the encouragement of sort of the spiritual allegory to this character, much afraid, and her shepherd guiding her, and kind of speaking to me. So I'm reading it.
I wanted to say to Brenda Foy, I have not forgotten. I just needed to get a bigger envelope for this to mail. Otherwise, all my other, I've mailed out everything other than today's winner. I was going to try to pull a picture of these socks, from Knitty McPurley, because I think you can buy the pattern.
I want to tell Teresa too that I haven't forgotten that I'm sending you things of winter. So just so you know, I still need to get to the post office. I just didn't leave. I didn't want to go if we did have COVID or something.
So these are the socks from that sock set that I got.
Oh, those are cute.
Oops, somebody's entering my house.
At your front door.
Aren't they cute? And then I was going to show, I did have another purchase.
Oh my gosh, you know how much the girls would love those socks? They love cute socks. I really need to knit them some.
Yeah.
Comfy socks.
It wouldn't take much to knit them socks.
No, it wouldn't. I need to just.
So I told Sarah, if this is back to my haul, I forgot I ordered this. Because I totally missed this stitch along. I would not have done it as a stitch along because I have enough stuff going, but I just really wanted this pattern. So I went ahead and bought it because the stitch along is over.
Well, and here's how the conversation went. I saw it on Instagram posted by the designer, and I was like, oh, that's cute. And I kind of thought, I wonder why mom hasn't said anything about that. She hasn't started it. And when you see who the designer is, you'll see why. And then later she tagged me in the comments and said, how did I miss this? And I said, I should have thought maybe you missed it when you didn't start it.
No, and her stuff always pops in my algorithm, but this did not. And this was clear back in September.
I didn't see it originally either. I just saw that post that you tagged me, and I had seen it already.
It's Barbara Anna. It's her little witch. I'm sorry. There we go. Got a little bat hanging down and a little cat up in her hat.
Where's the bat?
I think that's a bat.
Where?
I think it's kind of hanging upside down.
Awesome.
Maybe not. Maybe it's not a bat.
I thought it looked like a little town and a little border.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's all in that little, there's stuff always tough.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because.
Yeah. There's birds, there's a cat, anyway.
The floral looks like the Dreaming Girl border.
Yeah, I purchased it to have for next year, but I won't start any more Halloween now. I mean, other than maybe the little pumpkin head girl that is part of Salt and Pepper Stitching that I bought, but I haven't finished the ghost yet. So I'm going to try to put a push on that. Yeah, I thought of a book that I was going to try to read recently, and I can't remember what it was now. I was going to reread it. Oh, I was thinking about reading. So I cleaned out a little rat's nest in my bedroom. It's been growing since summer. Like, this is how long this has been this pile. When Sam got married in July, in June, I had ordered a pair of shoes online for the wedding. The first pair came and they were a little tight. And I'm like, I'll keep them in case I can't get them in a bigger size. I ordered the bigger size, kept both pairs. I never got around. They're still, the one I didn't wear is still in the corner of my bedroom. So anyway, I pulled out my set of all of the Narnia books. I have a really nice, there's 4 that are a part of a collector edition. And I think then 2 are not the nicer ones. I thought I haven't read those in so long. I thought maybe I would reread those.
I was thinking I need to reread those somehow to Rosie. I might just put them back in our evening reading rotation at some point, because she was pretty young when we read them the first time, and she remembers a couple of them pretty well, but some of them she doesn't really remember. And so we'll talk about them, and I realized she really doesn't really know what we're talking about.
And those are the kind of books that you get more stuff out of each time you read them.
And it doesn't hurt to reread those because they're such classics.
And probably your older girls will go, make different connections, because there's a lot underneath those books. So I thought about,
We're almost done with The Borrowers, which has been fun, although it's very melancholy. I don't know if you've read The Borrowers for a long time. I don't think
I ever have. I know it's a classic, but I'm not sure I ever read it.
Kind of a melancholy book. Liddy said her life is so sad, the little borrower girl. Like, she's all alone. She doesn't have any friends. She, all the other
series, though, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a series. And so
Maybe it gets better. Maybe the next one she gets friends.
I think they do leave the house where they live. No spoilers, hopefully, but I think that they end up moving on in life. And I think that her life ends up having adventures and stuff that she's always.
Yeah, because like there's borrowers or float. Borrowers.
Yeah, there's several different ones where I think they aren't so melancholy, but maybe I'll do Narnia next. There was something else I thought I might do next. I was gonna say too, like last week I was talking a little bit about that Midnight Mass show, and we finished it, and it was amazing. It is really amazing. I can't like really recommend it because it's horror genre. Not everybody can handle that genre, but really good. It wasn't like slasher horror where like it's just cheap thrills. It's more like a social commentary told in a story that can get at kind of deeper, scary elements, like kind of reframing it as a horror story. But anyways, it was really good. And I think Tina and maybe somebody else commented or told me they had been watching it. But I'd let you know I finished it and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was scary, but I like.
Yeah. We finished Ted Lasso the other night.
Oh, we finished Ted Lasso. We haven't really talked about that one, I don't think, but.
No, I love that show. I read a little commentary about that final episode too that was interesting about Nate.
Oh. Was it an interview with him?
No, it was just
Jesse was doing an interview with that actor about that character and his art. So if you can have any way to watch Apple TV, Ted Lasso is probably worth a short-term subscription so you can watch all the seasons. It's kind of on a end of the season 2 break, so you could probably get it and binge watch it and then not.
And then you could watch both. I think that was the last. This was more of a commentary, and it's what they were saying was the first season of Ted Lasso is all about feel good. He's building people up. It's kind of goofy, but in a sweet kind of way. I mean, really, that's not normally my kind of show. I mean, I guess I haven't really watched a lot with him, but I really like him. It's Jason Sudeikis, right?
Jason Sudeikis, yeah, he's great.
Anyway, second season is it deals with some harder things, but like mental health issues in the sporting world. But yeah, it's still a
lighthearted kind way.
Yeah, it kind of alternates between a lighthearted episode and a heavy episode, a lighthearted episode. Anyway, I watched it with Sarah and Jesse when I was there in July or June, and I didn't get to finish. I think I finished the whole first season, but I didn't get to finish second season. Yeah. And then I told my husband, I think you'd really like this. And so we did get a subscription to Apple TV. He does love it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's super good. I really liked it.
The characters are developing. If you like a show where characters kind of actually become better versions of themselves, for the most part, except for Nate. Nate's kind of becoming a worse version of himself.
He's almost the other way around. Yeah. Like his arc is going down as the others are built up. Yeah. And the last, I was going to tell you too, I told you this on the phone, but we watched the movie Yes Day, which has been out a while. It's a Netflix movie and it's Yes Day, and Jennifer Garner is one of the main characters, and then a few other, it's a family. It's about a family. Yeah. It's a family friendly, really fun, exciting adventure romp. Yeah. What happens if the parents choose a day to say yes to everything? And now the girls are like, we're going to do a yes day, right, Mom? So if you need a movie recommendation, I would have enjoyed it whether I was watching it with kids or not. So it's not just something that kids enjoy. It was really sweet. And I thought that the challenges and joys of parenting were really nicely shown. Like I felt like I really relate to that mom, but my kids probably could really relate to those kids.
Yeah. And Jennifer Garner, I love her anyway.
She's the best. And she's so great in this movie. So if you haven't seen Yes Day, I can recommend it. And there's really not anything questionable in it, I guess, unless you're very you could probably find a few things that you would.
Ted Lasso, not good language.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of language in it and some sexual content and things. So
that's not a kid-friendly show at all. And if you don't like the F word, you're not going to like this show. Because a couple of the players, it's almost like it's just part of their vernacular. And I want to say, is that how people in Britain talk all the time? But then people here talk all the time that way too sometimes. Yeah. It's just part of it.
At one point, one of the characters who is kind of the chronic F word user says, I talk this way because I'm expected to talk this way as a footballer. But he's talking to a child. He's saying, but you are not expected to talk this way and you're not allowed to talk.
Anyway, I just thought I better put that.
It's fun how it deals with that.
Yeah. And normally that kind of stuff really bothers your dad, but he's kind of gotten to a point where he's kind of like, oh, it's just there.
It's part of our culture a little bit now.
It is. And it's, I guess I look at some of those words and think, okay, any word can become a bad word. You
I'm
know,
not as picky about it as I used. It used to really bother me too, but
yeah, I don't like it so much when it is kind of excessive in that show. It's kind of jarring sometimes, but it doesn't take away the joy or the fun of watching those characters.
The characters. I know.
There's some really funny characters in there. I mean, it is a fun show.
It is fun.
So yeah, plans. I'm just going to keep plugging along. Maybe I'll have some more finished projects. No, not by next week.
Oh, you might. You never know.
I don't think I'm having that close.
To fully finish my Mill Hill kit. That should really be a very, very simple finish. So I really just need to get glue and then glue it.
You can do it.
Glue on and like trim it and glue on the ribbon. I should be able to easily do that.
Come back next week for another finished object parade. I am going to work on my long-term goals though for next year. And I told Sarah I'm going to have a birthday start in December. I've already planned that, and because I'm not doing WIPGO, I'm going to do my own goal setting, and I'm going to go back and watch Carolyn Zook's planning. I mean, she's a little.
Oh yeah.
She's very goal oriented, and I don't think I can be that way, but I like the way, and I have the same planner that she has now. So I wanted to go back and look at how she lays that out. Yeah, I think my husband is trying to tell me it's time to go have dinner.
Hello, dinner time. It's 3:45. It's time to meet our friends for dinner.
Stop mocking me.
Why are we going so early again?
Because Tony dropped the girls off.
Well, you're gonna go to Sherry's and get the early bird special, Dad?
Stop mocking me. I did not do this. Are you gonna put this on?
I know. Yes, I'm keeping this.
Yes. We've gotten old. We eat dinner at 4.
I wondered when it would start happening.
I told Sarah this, and she said, "You're gonna have to heat up a pizza at like 7." What are you doing?
Walking with this cake.
In case you've never watched.
Oh, honey, it's time to go.
Santa back there.
Well, hope you enjoy your dinner. Thanks for everyone joining us. How crazy
sorry you had to witness that. I was going to send a video to you. I'm going to send a video to you of my trip through the fall leaves.
Oh yeah.
You put picture, like I had it on Instagram.
I know. I often just throw on whatever pictures are on my phone. Yeah. I'm doing it in the middle of the night. But send me.
I took a couple pictures of fall and a little video. I held the phone up while I was driving. Don't tell the cops.
Illegal.
And actually, going the other direction to my needles workshop, the trees actually come over the road more going the other way. So I might try to redo it when I go next time, because it's like driving through a tunnel of trees. It's beautiful.
You can put it on both times. Yeah.
And the colors will be even more in another week or two, but we don't get the amazing, we do have some amazing red trees, but the golden colors are beautiful. What?
I was just going to glance and see if I had any good pictures that I could add at the end. I have a couple maybe, but there's also pictures of Liddy's gums and her teeth, like with her mouth open, so that I could show her what it looks like as her molars are coming in. I won't be posting that picture. It's not very pretty. But I was like, oh, that's nice looking.
Yeah, let's not do that one.
Well,
yeah.
Thanks for joining us. You're part of our friend world.